What's going on, guys? Matty Day Trades back at it again with weekly watch list here. Market's been crazy. My weekly watch lists have been a little different, where I kind of go over, more or less thesis and some levels, not necessarily here's enter exit points, just because the market's so volatile. It's kind of crazy. But my big shorts into the new year will be probably chips and oil. So off the bat, AMD, right? This 93.86 has been a key holding, right? It rips insane off that. First time you get a real breakdown to 73.86, we saw lows at, 54.50. Now the second time we're coming through here, violent move down so far, right? Even if we get a higher low, I'd love to see this names, drop more. As you can see on the weekly here, price action straight up, straight down, straight up, right? It's not 73.86 to 58.87 is violent, right? So under 70, I didn't quite get this 73. You could see, trend broke down here. We day traded this actually. Now that I think about it, these went like 200%. But now under 70 here, this looks great. So let's look for a 70 retest or Friday's low at 68.50. But let's see. Yeah, so 68, really 68.70, 68.50 is a great area to be looking short here. Daily double top, we just played this breakdown, right? That multi-time frame level, trend, everything double top. Now, like I said, that 68.70, 68.50 really, I mean, you get, a cluster at 66.90, 66, and that prior high at 65. Then it's really choppy down there, but this looks beautiful. There's not much more to it. That 4-hour imbalance candle down to 65, and then you have a nice, beautiful gap, right? This play actually looks so good. And on top of that, flow has been pretty crazy. Really what stands out to me here is the put to call ratio here is pretty skewed to put side. Not pretty skewed, massively skewed. And then in terms of contracts, AMD, Leaps got loaded, but for active plays here, the AMD 68, 12, 16s look great. The 65s look great, 67s look great. So, yeah, that's really it. Not much to it. Like I said, the New Year's side of AMD is really heavy here. So now we have Amazon, right? And we've been real short here. Amazon, right? Monthly breakdown. Really, I want this 83.70 to play out. Under 83.70, Amazon can really see things drop fast. The weekly here, really, I like this massive, obviously this 102.50 area, and then really all the way down to like 79.80 down here. This yellow threshold here, definitely has seen some nice bounces off of it. So we got to keep a note 83.68, but under that, right, you got to fight through that prior low 81.45. Then 79.60. 79.60 will open the gate to that 73.56 area pretty fast. Let's see. So, and then you got, this weekly, right? Something up in this area, right? Where under this level, it's all wicks. First wick, 88. Second wick, 85, 87. And then we're playing that other multi-time frame level we saw there. Delete. Sorry. But yeah, as you can see, that prior low. Where are we? 85, 87, right? 85, 87 is what's going to let this thing open up down to that 83 level. Really, the lows at 87.50 is probably smartest entry. 88 has been a real nice bounce area, so 87.50 is smart. 85, 90 would be great area. Look for liquidity. If not, right, let's get down and really break this baby down, right? And then Amazon Flow has been insane for 1223, 1216s, the 88s, the 87s got lit up. 1216, 89s, 88s, 87s, and the 1223 is the same thing for that. Flow's been super, super hot for the bear side as well. Burlington is another one I'm really interested in. We saw it kind of have that insane rip up. It did break downtrend. We never really saw any retest, and now kind of looking at this weekly, looking at this monthly, not the best looking candle here. So then I go into the daily, let me delete this. That's going to be my trigger, but I'm looking at this daily, right? Imbalance, I want to see price back at 179.62, gap at 177, prior high 174, and then really, I'd love that gap to fill at 169.86. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, right? But look at price in this area from 170 to 205, right? 205 breaks down, sees 171. 171 bounces, sees 206, right? And then, like I said, to the downside, when that 205 breaks, sees 170, right? 171 breaks out, sees 205, right? So this is really a super reacting area, and we're kind of butting in. You could draw some sort of supply here. Oops, geez, Louise, what's going on? You do some supply in this area, right? From these wicks, where price kind of, I'm sorry, this is what I need to delete this. So, you kind of have this major candle, then these wicks when we get under the break over, and then where it holds and kind of retest, right? That's where we're at now. So, none of these, candles close over, right? Where this thing's having a real hard time at 200. No candles close over, right? It's extremely sellers oriented up here. We got this daily downtrend break. Now, I'd look for this 193.90 area. Oh crap, what's going on? Sorry. 193.90, needs to work. I'd really love to see this thing, like I said, ideally 187.50 area, but let's see smaller time frames. Your prior low 189.30, 185.70, but I mean this thing's screaming 179.56 to me. If that breaks down, this gap should get attacked. Sorry. But flow was pretty dry on this one, not gonna lie. Another is CAT. It's been on an absolute insane run. 161 retest a breakout level all the way to 239.80. Freaking insane rip. Got over trend, now rejecting it. Not the best look. You could see price was getting, again, over like this wick and our prior all-time high. Now what do you notice, right? It's really seller dominant here. And then again, you have this trend. I missed that move, honestly. So now I'm watching it this week. I would love to get in cat shorts. Now I had this 227 level, but really now I want this Friday low at 225.60 to break down. 223 is a decent area, but under 223, I really would love to see 216.50. Under 216.50 again, like cat has been just parabolic. I'm sorry, I got something in my throat. Cat's been parabolic through these levels. 216.50 is major. If it gets under that, I'd love to see this at least get back down to its gap at 207.20. I know it sounds crazy, but that's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't even want to get into smaller time frames here. It's really the bigger time frames that stand out. Like I said, this insane no red candles is just absolutely nuts. Now we're starting to roll over here. Gaps to fill. Our breakout level really was at 199.65. Like I said, if 206 breakdown, it's not a good look for CAT. For the put side, the 1216 put premium stands out to me, and the 217 put premium stands out to me. For the 1216s, the 230s are good contracts, 225s are good contracts, and the 220s. I'm sorry, I was dealing with a little sickness here. So DE is my next one. I posted this one, the box breakout. It was insane, consolidation, January 2018, all the way up to, July 2020, and it went on a parabolic move. And then now we're consolidating March 15th to our breakout October 17th. And then, not necessarily a parabolic move, but that's why I'm interested in it here. So I had a level here at 438.80, but really it's this top tick here that I'm noticing. And now this will just turn into some sort of supply like this for me. Now you can see on the weekly that it's getting tight. You have major freaking, straight up, straight down, right? Major price issues really from 415 to 450. So, okay, let's see. I'm sorry. Daily's trying to break down here. As I mentioned, price straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. You have that trend I just saw, and then you have this gap at 428.88. So really, you can play the prior low breaks 432.66, right? That could be a great trigger. Honestly, the gap gaps act as support resistance, right? So we're going to look for a target at that gap. And then if that gap breaks down, price is going to move really fast, 416.50 area. That breaks down, it is congested in here, 407.30 area, but that's a great move from 434. So, like I said, this monthly, I'd love to see a retest down at 397.50. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know why. I'm just playing what I see, right? And as far as CAT flow goes, the 1216 is the area of premium I like. I mean, the 217 is good too, but I want to make a play on this probably this week. Next week, 1216s. I'm sorry. Let's see, 1216s. I'm sorry, I was reading the CAT flow. For DE, the 317 2023s, 390s, 400s got tagged pretty good. 400. Yeah, it's like 900,000 in the 390s for premium. So the 317, 390s got absolutely tagged. And then that lines up with our 397. And as far as flow goes, that's probably all I'm going to do. See how you guys like it. If you like it, I'll continue to do it. LAC is another name. There is honestly so many names I'm watching. Monthly, I'd love to see this thing break down. Weekly is getting really, really tight here. Honestly, it's like on the verge of a breakdown here. So I'm going to play the prior low 22.89 under 22.89. 22.50 to 22.30 is pretty strong. Under that, I think this thing can free fall back to that 20.80 area. Under 20.80, this is, sub 20s. Really looking, lithium's been not so hot. Like I said, we get this weekly, monthly roll, and that'll be great. Target's another name. Monthly, these wicks are nasty, but this monthly really simulate something like this. If this monthly trend breaks down, I mean, target, I want to see 130. The weekly bear flag here is beautiful. Target really needs to clear like 151 to make me happy, but under 151, I'd love to see 143.70 and somewhere down at 138. Like I said, I'm not going to deep dive too much into too many tickers, but you know, and no target looks good. HTZ, this thing is a beautiful chart. Needs to lose 1570, but I don't know. You know me, bigger time frames speak out to me. So this monster gap when Hertz was on that short squeeze vibe, it created 1424 all the way to 992. Weekly's getting real tight here. That threshold to just drop off. UNP's daily is getting super tight at this trend breakdown. Creating this nice box where you have a real thin PA to the downside, or you have a multi-time frame breakout here. HD is another one, got great flow. It's kind of buttoning on this monthly, weekly trend line here. Again, it's the same thing, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. So, the fall could be just as good. Daily is getting really tight here. And we know HD tends to, see those parabolic type moves. So, something like that, right? You have the prior high here, prior high there, and that 145. $25 move possible, or you have the breakdown with your retest down at 300, gap down 293. So upside downside on HD is beautiful as well. I mean, we did Target, but I've been on Walmart for some time now. Monthly. Again, these wicks, right? Sellers real strong up here. The weekly reversal candle, right? Thin PA down to that 144. We were talking about this all day, end of the week there. Gap here, SQ is like, there's so many good names here where if SQ loses 60.44, it's death, or, this rejection off trend line targeting 60.44, or you break Friday's high, we could see 69.60 and kind of move on up to 72 area. Like I said, there's so many names. Like, we mentioned AMD, McDonald's is another one. Like, this thing's just been consolidating here, but it also had this absolutely absurd, candle. So does, some of this need to be filled out? I don't know. I think so. Look at the wicks. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you guys have a good Sunday, and I hope you enjoy. Take it easy.